Alright, welcome to a Minute with Mung, the sub-series. You know what really grinds my balls? New little addition to the normal videos for now. See how it goes. But I have a lot of stuff written down, so if I'm not staring at you, it's not that I don't care about you. It's just that I have a lot down in front of me, and I want to make sure I hit it all. So, alright, first off, you know what really grinds my balls? Is that when big companies are in deep shit for one reason or another, an absolutely tragic event occurs. Coincidence? No. All it does is shadows and hides the bigger story. And the reason I think it does that is because it always involves people dying. Innocent people dying. I'll try and give I'm going to give an example more recent. The Texas fertilizer plant that exploded. Well, not many people know that they had a lawsuit that was pending against Monsanto, which is a publicly traded American multinational agricultural biotechnology corporation. And they were one of the first companies to create a GMO, which is a genetically modified organism, for our crops. It's almost like a steroid in a way, just to keep it simple. And that's in our food for who even knows how long. And pretty much what that's going to mean is more people are going to develop cancer as time goes on, and they're not going to really understand why. They'll think it's genetics of their own fault when it's the food. So go organic or get the fuck out, pretty much. It's stuff like that, but and then it blew up. Never heard about the lawsuit, you know. Why not? I haven't heard anything, at least. So just and it wasn't even only that. Then the Boston bombing happened, and nothing against any of that, you know. But there's some shady fucks out there, and I don't like it at all. But another example that really grinds my balls is that when Bush was in office, they wanted to go overseas to get what most people assumed was oil, you know, make money, and then 9/11 happened. Well, what people don't know is that there's actually huge lithium deposits over there, and that's gold money for our country, because lithium is in all our technology today, pretty much. Computers, cell phones. It's almost like a cash crop in its own sense. But there's no other way to go about it. So what happens? 9/11. A false flag operation, if you will, and that gave instant support to the government to go over there and start a war against people who very well may have absolutely nothing to do with it. And you might be mad at me for saying that, especially if you have people in the military. I have friends in the military, and I tell them to their face this is what I think and truly believe. And honestly, I believe that it's a fact. Because there are things... Do you remember that famous picture about, 13 or so of the Muslim terrorists that were involved in 9/11? Well, if you actually kind of look at it, or I've done research, I've done probably close to like 1,000 hours or so in my life so far on research and watching documentaries and reading certain documents. So believe what you will, but they're alive in their homeland with jobs and families. They didn't even know for about, well, maybe not all of them, but a few of them didn't even know that was happening. They didn't even know their face was on this paper. Sure, there was at least 2 or 3 that were caught on camera, but where the rest? Where they at? And not only did it help get money for the government by doing all this, the Patriot Act started, just to take our freedoms away. That's bullshit, and that really grinds my balls. Alright. The next thing that really grinds my balls is that the media shows us what they want us to believe. They show us what they want us to think, to believe, to see. And that pisses me off, because it's okay to promote things like the Aurora shooting at the movie theater in Colorado and the Sandy Hook tragic event that killed kids. But it's okay to instill fear. But when something good happens, when it's Second Amendment related, to bear arms and stuff, it goes unknown. And that pisses me off so much, because the media doesn't want to show a hero that they did not create themselves. And what I believe is that that was their attempt to disarm the public, and once again taking another freedom, another right that we have away. I don't even own a gun, so I'm neutral territory on this, and I still say that's bullshit. So take that for what it is. But they use some of the same actors, and I'm saying actors because that's exactly what they are. The family members of the people that died at Sandy Hook, they're used in other tragic events that were recorded. And if you go and you do your own research to look at it, you will find out. Look up crisis actors. Fucking crisis actors can suck my dick. They need to burn in. I hope there's a heaven so they can be denied and burn in hell forever. There's no reason you should benefit from somebody's pain and agony and loss. That's not right. That's not how America should be. That's not how the government should work. Pretty much knowledge really is power, and the more you know, the better off you actually are. And the final thing that really grinds my balls is that just because someone is foreign, it is automatically considered terrorism. I hate CNN, but I watched the CNN coverage for the Boston Marathon bombing. Like 19 hours. I don't know why, I couldn't sleep, I just watched it. And things I noticed, that every time they had anything related to a 911 call, they never referred to it as 911. They always said 911, and that caught my attention right away. I don't know if anybody else really noticed that, but it's almost like they're trying to bring up the past, like by programming in a way. It's like, oh, 9/11, you hear it in your head. They're like, oh right, this is terrorism. They need to catch these guys. They need to kill them. Whatever. It was a 26-year-old and a 19-year-old man. If those two people can get 10,000 officers, an entire city shut down for an entire day by doing one thing that killed 3 people and injured a lot, I'm not saying that wasn't terrible. I mean, that sucks. It's awful. But when a serial killer is loose and they catch him, say he killed 4 people, that's not terrorism. But because they're foreign, it's automatically considered terrorism, and people are still afraid of that word terror for terrorism. It's stupid, and it pisses me off. Just because it had some motives that were just tweaked, and we might not even know the full truth, because you gotta believe what you're told sometimes, and you won't find out the truth maybe for years to come. What I want to see video of him talking, the 19-year-old that lived. I want to hear it from his mouth right after he was released from the hospital. Not with given time to be probably tortured for all we really know. It really grinds my balls. I hope you enjoyed this new segment. and there will be more to come, hopefully. So, have a good day. This new sub-series, and from now on, Minute with Monk series, was brought to you by Can't Get Right Entertainment.
Yeah. J Therapy. You know him. About to pick your brain apart. Hey man, it's just the way it is, yo.
Can you figure it out?
Huh?
You want my signature, then give me a shout. You better get it out, the Senate's getting ready to bounce.
Goodbye.